They talked about All-Star Big Brother coming back. Some bringing the crazy back. I'm bringing crazy back. Yeah. Nigerians are confident, and Tayo is not short of that. He has his downfalls as an individual, but he still carries a great Nigerian spirit. If there's anything that I can take away from him, is be, as I say, proud African boy.
Check it.
Welcome back to JJ's Diary Sessions, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about a situation that went down 10 years ago, and there's been so much around it where there's always been allegations, and no one's actually responded to them. None of our side of the story. So, yes, it's about Tayo. And Tayo was the Nigerian housemate. For those of you who don't know, we had a couple of altercations in the house, maybe two or three, if I'm not mistaken. One where we physically nearly came to blows. Um, and yes, if you watch the clip back, you've seen me pick up a scissors. It's just the space I'm from, but I didn't use it. And then there was another incident that took place where Tayo called me a bastard. And I don't know why, but he felt the need to use those terms. And I felt that it was also based off I had spoken about my story. Those of you who know my story, my mother had me when she was 13. So yeah, I'm a bastard. According to the term, I fit the shoe fits, so I'm gonna wear it. But he said this, and his baby mama, who was his girlfriend, they were not married at the time, had just given birth. And I responded by saying, if I'm a bastard child because my mother was not wedded my father, then what does that make your child? That translated to Tayo as if I'm saying your child is a bastard. No, what I was trying to say is he needs to be conscious of what he's saying and where it's coming from. Because you can't throw certain terms around without you being able to look internally at your situation and go, look, that's a little bit insensitive. I apologize for it. Not because I I should have never engaged with it in the first place. I should have just walked away. But again, close proximity, the house is just everyone gets really vexed. Like everyone's on top of each other. And I'm gonna state as it is. He was an asshole. A lot of the time he was picking on people and he got to me. But that being said, what I said, I did apologize for. And I was genuinely sorry for it. But again, that also caused a little bit more of a stir because it's almost like I was saying, I was wrong and I've done wrong. I was wrong for the reaction, but it was like we didn't even get into that debate or into that understanding. And I just thought, you know what, it's cool. Let's leave it alone. Anything you want me to add on, big brother?
Do you think do you think he was an asshole? Or do you think that the situation that you were put in, you were being pushed into playing certain?
I genuinely feel that Tayo was playing a certain role. He was not himself. But then again, since he's come out the house, he's complained so much about losing that I don't know. Like I don't know him personally like that. But in the house, he was not a nice person to any of us.
Do you ever have any like good chats with him? And you sort of
Yeah,
felt like you
actually,
connected?
actually, there were moments where we connected. If I'm honest, like there were times where we jammed and we played, and he'd play the drums, and we'd sing, and we'd talk. And there was moments of like when I reflect now, there are moments of him just being a person and being open. But then there were also a lot of moments of him just being an asshole. And I can't. That's what I'm saying is when I think about him, I can't be like, oh, he's one or the other. He's both in my eyes. Other people might have different, perspectives of him. He seemed like a decent guy sometimes, and sometimes he wasn't. And sometimes we're both people. We're Jekyll and Hyde. But to be, quite frank and quite honest, was I genuinely sorry for saying what I said? Yes, because that's not what those were not my intentions at the time. It was more of an awareness check, and I needed an awareness check by the sounds of it because it backfired. There's another back end to that story where after we came out the house, I had a group of Nigerian people come and threaten me in the club. Now, did I think that was necessary? No. I'd already apologized, and they were asking me to apologize again, and I was like, well, I don't owe any of you an apology. So I ended up leaving the club in Santon quite early, not for my safety or their safety or whatever it is, but just purely because I was just like, it's not my scene. Um, but yeah, I can't. The more I try and unpack that situation, there's not much to say around it. I mean, there were allegations about three of us. I'm not going to mention the other two housemates' names because you guys already kind of know if you know, and if you don't know, hey, go and find out. But there were allegations that we pissed in his cup. Now, if anything like that happens on a Big Brother set, they've got cameras everywhere. You would get kicked out the house, you get evicted. And then he came up with a story about Big Brother hiding his cup or taking the cup away so he wouldn't drink it. No, he was drunk and he misplaced his cup. Like, there's so many stories that just came up that were kind of like, I don't see the point. It's like, one, you sound like a sore loser. Okay. And two, anyone that's watched Big Brother knows that if anything like that happens, people get kicked out. Like we nearly came to blows, we got warned, because luckily we didn't fight. But if we did fight, that's it, we're gone. Rocky slapped I can't remember which chick in the house, he got evicted. There's structures in place to protect housemates. It's not one size fits all.
When you look back on that, do you feel like maybe like he was in a bad place? Maybe like, I mean, if you were to go back there, how would you deal with that now?
So this is the funny thing is when I went into the Big Brother house, I viewed it as an opportunity for me to put myself on the map as a creator and as an entertainer. I was not in the headspace of this is a game show. Like I didn't come to the table going, it's a game show. What I look at, and if he stuck to that story, I think he would have came across amazing. He would have had probably one of the best strategies because that's what Idris did. Is he came and he put on a persona, and if your persona was to irritate people and to that's entertainment, and that's part of the game show. The thing that gets me about Tayo is it followed after. Like the sore losing part of it, and it just didn't deserve it. And so it's a game show. It's like playing football, right? And expecting to always win. When you step into any form of competitive sport, combat, or whatever it is, the chances of losing is 50-50 and from the jump. You might win, you might lose. And I don't know. Was he in a dark place? I think he was in a darker place after Big Brother than he was before, if I'm honest. Because based off the way things came out, it felt like he expected more than he got. And he feels like he got the short end of the stick. And he sounds like he still feels that he got the short end of the stick and is getting the short end of the stick. Idris has got a flourishing career. A few other housemates have done reasonably well, but a lot of housemates after Big Brother Africa, if we're honest, 100% honest, a lot of housemates after Big Brother, they dive. And I think it's because of platform. Big Brother provides a platform that is huge. And then you come off that and you're trying to meet that same standard of like, look, can I get eyes on me? Can I get eyes on me? And we called it the search for relevance. Like we had this joke about relevance, with Nklan Kla and with Idris and stuff. But taking that into consideration, I feel that a lot of housemates enter that house, experience this stardom thing when you come out. It's almost like being on X Factor. You come out a star, and then your next year there's another lot of people coming through. Where we were lucky is Big Brother Africa ended. So those who had good strategies, Idris Sultans, they flew and they're still fine. Even Louis Munana, who had a business plan, he didn't have a structure in mind. Louis had a plan. and he wanted to build his clothing line and his fashion brand. And just having focus gifted them something to ride on. Do they have the platform that Big Brother gave them? No, but they got platform.
Do you think there's a way that it could be like, because obviously there's always these rumors about Big Brother coming back, but is there,
Oh. They talked about All Star Big Brother coming back. Someone said, Jerome, you're married now with 2 kids. Would you go on Big Brother Africa again? I said, this time if I go on, I'm winning. And I'll tell you why I'm winning. Okay? It's very simple. I'm winning not because I'm smart, not because I'm talented, but because I know I'm going to have fun. So regardless what happens, if I went back in that house, I'm going to have the time of my life and share, the knowledge that I have and share the experience that I have with a bunch of people just, continentally. And I kind of did do that the first time, but not to the extent in which I've reached now. Um, but yeah, they hinting at a Big Brother Africa kind of another all star. Call me up. Endemol. Let's talk. Underrated individuals. Endemol. We can make it happen. Different, business plans now.
what,
Chopita.
what advice would you give to, if that does happen, what advice would you give to someone who is about to go into the Big
If they were doing a not an all star, just say a standard Big Brother, and you're planning to apply, make sure you speak to the audience. The audience, the people on the other side of the screen, those are your people. So if you're gonna do stuff, remember it's a game. So start to cut it up in a way where you are saying, "Hey guys, look, today I'm gonna annoy so and so. Let's see if I can get under their skin." Now, what happens is you go back in the house and nobody else in the house knows what your plan is. But everyone watching knows exactly what you're up to. So even though the people in the house are like, we don't like that person, everyone outside is like, that person is making the house fire. Hey. So yeah, if you're gonna stir things up, even if it's a love pursuit, go in there and say in the diary session, today I'm chasing this chick, man, or today I'm going to put moves on this guy. People will love you, man. People will love you because you make it exciting. You make it the game show that it's meant to be, versus going in there and fighting with housemates. Nah, that's not what the show's about. The show's about entertaining. Entertain the people that vote for you. Full stop. They keep you in the show.
Based on what you said before about people who've done well since then,
Yeah,
they had a kind of clear, focused strategy in place for what they wanted to do afterwards.
yeah.
What do you think you need to do in order to get that clear strategy?
So the catch is, if you're creative, I've got something for you. It's called the Artist Business Canvas. But for everybody that's listening, whether you're creative or not creative, spend time with yourself and understand your purpose. Ask yourself that one question, like, what is my purpose? And if you're struggling to find your purpose, if you feel, I don't have anything, think about that moment when you were young that you can think of that just embodies an amazing experience that you like to revisit, you know, and write it down. And then think about when you felt most fulfilled, when you were, in your working life. And that what that moment comes to you, that first moment, write that down as well. And then see if you can find the similarities in that. Now, why I say that is I think people that know their purpose, it gives them a decision-making framework that most people don't have. So it makes life easier in terms of I know that this is my purpose, and these decisions that I'm going to make will either take me closer to it, like to serving it, or take me further away. So even if you don't have the vision, so the foresight of where you want to be, but you know your purpose, you can still move forward intentionally. And I think with the others, like Louis, I don't think Louis had a clear vision, but he knew what his purpose was within the fashion world, and he served it. and it led to him building a vision that now he's fulfilling. Idris is a little bit one like give or take. With the conversations I've had with him, I think his mother had a vision, and that helped him a lot. But you know, I think that just knowing where you're going, that's the key to success, man. So I think that being said, is there any questions around the tile situation that you think we need to cut up? Because I feel like I've shared what I need to share.
What would you say to what would you say to your people in Nigeria who are saying, "What are you coming up here for and talking about Tayo again? Why are you bringing that up? What have you got against?"
Listen, to everybody in Nigeria that thinks I'm bringing up Tayo just for relevance. Yes, that's what I'm doing. No, no. Listen, okay, it's nothing to do with that. It's the fact that he said it on so many podcasts and spoken on so many TV stations. And it's almost like we've never, ever really addressed it. And I'm just saying, like, bro, let bygones be bygones. We might not see eye to eye. I still love him as a brother, as an African brother. Overseas, over land, over mountains in the world, I'll be brave and I'll be strong. I'm an African boy. Like I genuinely love Africa for Africa. Whether you're Nigerian, Moroccan, from Burkina Faso, I don't really care. I believe that I'm here to serve you. And secondly, I want to thank Nigeria because Nigeria has given me my first senior award, well, my first adult award. As a junior, I've been gifted multiple awards from different spaces and I've been celebrated. But as an adult, I've very rarely been celebrated. And I won Producer of the Year last year. And that shows me that Nigeria, right, can see the vision. And most Nigerians can see my vision. It's nothing to do with whether I'm Southern African or whatever it is. I want to honestly say, like, thank you to, you know, to you guys for just being what you have been. Nigerians are confident, and Tayo is not short of that. He has his downfalls as an individual, but he still carries a great Nigerian spirit. If there's anything that I can take away from him, is be, as I say, proud African boy. He sang that song nearly every day, and it's stuck. Overseas, over land, over mountains in the world, I'll be brave and I'll be strong. I'm an African boy. And I genuinely, with all of my heart, can say there's no beef. I'm not mentioning this because I'm trying to put him down. I'm mentioning this because I just want to address the issue and let people know, like, look, half of this stuff is not true. And what is true, I own up to, and I apologized for it. And I genuinely wish him well. And thank you guys again for just being amazing. You guys have taught a lot of other African nations how to just be proud, man. So yeah. Bullet, love you guys. Catch you on the flip.
Lamento, mas não é possível para mim to give up cause I'm a G now. Puffing on Colombia, no leaf now. No grades, just levels that you dream so now. Plucking on guitar strings, working on my new swing. Trying to rate me amongst these people in my PSPs. Chilling on my Don Steez, sipping on the Don P. Stacking the pesos and the dineros, getting long cheese. Seconia copies, Mr. Me Too OP. Running circles round these niggas jogging. Now I'm the Don G, you can blah blah blah. While I be on that new squeeze. I'm the boss of the floss, I'm a new breed. She feeling the Don like Don da da da. Ring the alarm cause I rock her.